everybody. It's Stacy Catmull, and I am back with another episode of our Women Impact Wednesday. And today I have on the show with me Brittany Black. I've known Brittany, I don't know, what has it been? Maybe 4 years, 3 years? Yeah, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as we put together a women's event together that was absolutely amazing. And over the last 4 years, it's been so fun for me to watch Brittany like bloom and grow. And I mean, she's just done amazing things in the industry and in her personal life. Brittany is one of the people that we invited to our Hope Gala on May the 4th. And we're so excited that she accepted our invitation. And so before we get into it, Brittany, I just want you to tell everybody really quick what you're excited about with the Hope Gala and the Hope Hive and why you said yes.
Cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm honored to be a part of it. I think it's an incredible idea that you ladies have put together. My biggest reason for wanting to be a part of it is us creating an opportunity for everyone and the women in the industry to be able to give back. So I guess there's 2 reasons. One, we're giving recognition to women in the industry, which I think is hugely important and so needed and well earned and deserved. And then 2, providing another opportunity to give back to our community. We have so many good resources and so many good ways to give back. So if we can funnel all of that into one place and really make a difference, I think that's huge. So I love it.
And we are going to make a huge difference. We're so excited about it. Okay, so now let's get into you. So Brittany, especially over the last year, it's interesting because a lot of us over the last year, I feel like we've loans have been really busy. We've had tons of business and we kind of have gone inside ourselves and stayed in our offices. And, while we've been really busy, I think, at least for me anyway, I haven't done a ton to really leave my comfort zone. But I have watched Brittany through social media mainly over the last year, and she has done so much more than that. She has completely left her comfort zone. She's having fun. She's doing great marketing. Like everybody right now, if you're following Brittany, you want to be her. So I am interested. I know it's been a journey for you. And so I tell us where you started, tell us about the journey, and then just kind of tell us where you are.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, where I started, started in
the so just how you got started in the industry and where you were a couple years ago.
So I'm like a decade in, which is really crazy to say that now because it feels like a really long time, but I mean it is in perspective. But so 10 years ago I was getting divorced. I had 3 young babies under the age of 5. I had not had a full-time career. I'd been stay-at-home mom, raising kids and doing little part things on the side. And suddenly I found myself in a position where I needed to get out there into the workforce and really find a full-time job, leave my babies with daycare. That was also new. So I had a lot of things changing at the time. I started a job and absolutely hated it. Walked out of it. It was the only job I've ever walked out of.
Wow.
Yeah. I needed a big change. So
I love that you did that.
I saw someone said that they needed their friend on Facebook was hiring for an office assistant, and I applied for that, and that turned out to be a mortgage assistant with Matt Atkinson.
And gosh, you were with him for a long time then.
Yeah. So kind of uncommon. I started with him as an assistant, dug into mortgages and grew from there. And then a lot of loan officers jump around from place to place, right? But I stuck with the same team, and I was with him for about 8 years. And then learned a ton and did a lot of different things, which I'm grateful for. And then the opportunity for Kismet came up, and it was exactly what I needed and the change I needed to jump into at the time. So for the last 2 years, I've been with Kismet Lending. We're new and small and love it, and hoping to, do some big things and make some good changes in the industry and in our communities as well, which is our biggest goal. So that's what I do now.
That's awesome. So you, and at Kismet, you're the PLM, right? At Kismet, you're the lending manager. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's quite a big jump, right? Because you went from working with Matt, you were kind of on a team of loan officers. You weren't generating necessarily your own business. Right. And now you're managing loan officers. And in addition to that, like you closed a buttload of loans this year, like a ton. You did awesome. So tell me, like, what was the catalyst? Like why? I think all of us sometimes we're afraid to take that next step in our life or to move forward or to do something bigger. What was the catalyst for you? How did you get from one place to the other?
So that's a really good question. I kind of, I think, just intuitively have this drive to push myself. And I think it has to do with where I started and you know, going through the divorce, and that kind of honestly spurred my divorce, was just I needed to have more of myself and my identity and my presence and do some things. And so I've just ran with that. And I couldn't be the PLM when we started Kismet. I didn't have enough production because I had been on a team for 8 years where I did a lot. I was involved with the loans, but I was not the loan officer for all of the loans. And I was managing the team, and I kind of just kept my security blanket on while I was there. And that's probably why I was there so long. Because I knew I had a set income, it was stable, I knew I had a place to be, and that was really important to me when I had gotten the job. So taking the leap to come to Kismet and be on my own, bring in my own production, do all of my own thing, was kind of that jump I needed to start flying on my own, really.
Yeah.
And from there, I've just continued going with it, because you see, when you embrace like your intuition and really push yourself, you see all of the big changes and all of the things, and you're empowered. Like, it's one thing to empower others, it's a whole other thing to empower yourself and to really see what you can do. So I've just embraced that, and I've literally taken the concept of, if I'm scared of it, then I need to do it. So if it makes me nervous, doing this makes me nervous. That's why So if I'm scared of something, or if it kind of freaks me out, then I say, okay, well, that's exactly what I need to do. And that's exactly where I need to be right now to keep pushing myself and growing. And that's why I've done that, got my lending manager license, taken on more production, doing all those things.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love that, actually. If you're scared of it, you should just do it. Now, so tell me, like, so you've even taken it further. Like, you've gotten your lending manager, but now you're doing some coaching, and you're even actually speaking at the Summit event in Las Vegas, which is amazing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm super excited and honored to be able to be there as well. So I'm not coaching others, but I've hired coaches.
Yeah.
I also think that's super important. I think everyone should always have someone, you know, if you're looking, if you have goals, having someone that's coaching you to get there and holding you accountable to them. We all need a little more accountability in our lives. Is really important. So yeah, I've got a coach that I've just signed up with somewhat recently, and I have the opportunity to speak in Vegas. Another thing that absolutely terrifies me, because I'm not a big speaker in, you know, big mastermind events in Vegas. And
you'll be awesome.
It'll be a whole new experience, but yeah, so it'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know, because it's great for, you know, any business owner. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's so cool. I loved when I saw that you were doing that. So I have another question for you, because I think another thing that you do, like, I can tell that you work your guts out all the time, right? You're always working. Your husband's a realtor, which I'm totally jealous of his name, Joe Black. Every time I see his name, I think of Brad Pitt. Anyways, but I think that, like, the thing that's really cool about it is that even though you're working all of the time, like, you still find time for fun. You're always doing something fun, like on the weekends. You seem to really have a good way of balancing your work and your fun. And I'm interested in hearing more about that.
So I don't like the balance word. I don't know. I don't know if there is balance, really. And I know a lot of people say that too.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because and in this industry, in this job that we have and what we get to do with people, a lot of times you are working really weird hours, weekends, nights, but then you have a little more flexibility during the day, right? So you can kind of create your own work atmosphere and be available as you need to, and then take some time for yourself, which I absolutely love and has been an awesome change. But yeah, I don't believe in waiting for later. I feel that with how hard we do work and with all of the things that we have going on, that we have to reward ourselves. We have to celebrate. We have to have fun. I have fun with my work, but also I want to have fun with my family. I want to travel and see things, and I don't want to wait until I'm retired or wait until, you know, X amount of time, because I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm really, you know, YOLO, like I'm here for it right now. So I've been really intentional about making sure that we're always taking opportunities to do things, to travel, to try, you know, new places, to get out into the world a little bit, even if it's just, I mean, we did a lot of stuff right around here near home last year because we couldn't go very far. But yeah, I find it's really important I'm just one of those that I'll go so I can have the experiences and do the things, and I don't know, I'll rest later. So
I really like that. Well, some cool things that I've seen is, like, I've seen, like, office meetings in canoes on a pond. Like, I mean, how fun is that, right? I love stuff like that. You guys have a really cool event that you do with surrounding yoga,
Uh-huh.
where you invite past clients to that and realtors. Is that what you do? Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so we love to do things different. So we'll have our team meetings. We don't have an office. We're all home based. And so we'll get together as a team, and whether we're in someone's backyard jumping on the trampoline while we're going through things, or whether we're on the lake in our paddle boards and kayaks and having lunch and discussing, that's what Kismet likes to do. Like, we don't like to, we want to be creative and we want to be out there. So and then yoga, we have yoga that we try to do it once a month or so. In the summertime, we love to do it out in the park and enjoy the outdoors. And then in the not so summertime, we do it in the studio. But yeah, it's an event for everyone. I mean, everyone is welcome to come. You don't even have to be a client or a realtor or in the industry at all.
Yeah.
It's another way to be able to get our community together and involve people. We did a huge water slide in Murray Park last year. Got a gigantic tarp. I have no idea where Jesse found it. Got the largest tarp and put it on the biggest hill and lugged all these water bottles up the hill. So
oh my gosh.
it was a project, but it was so much fun. And everyone brings their kids, and the random people at the park come and start hanging out. So that's what we love to do.
I love it. That's so much fun. The other thing that I've noticed about Kismet that I really like is you guys have you have a different way of marketing. Especially like the message that you're sending to realtors, like the way that you teach and you educate. I'm just interested to hear a little bit about your philosophy on marketing.
Sure. So Jesse's great at marketing. Jessie Bostick, she's the founder of Kismet. A ton of people know who she is, but she's great at messaging and creativity and just putting all of that together. So we kind of like follow in her footsteps with that. But really, I mean, the reason that Kismet was started and the whole meaning behind Kismet was really to bring awareness and education in the industry. I mean, we all know that the mortgage industry there's a lot of collusion that can happen. There's sometimes not some great people out there that do some not so great things, right? And there is a lot of great people that do a lot of great things. And so we feel that it's really important that home buyers, consumers, real estate agents, everyone's educated and understands how the process works, understands what they're getting themselves into. A lot of people they need to buy a house, they'll ask their realtor, they get connected with a lender, and then they just kind of get dragged through this process. And all of a sudden at the end, they're buying a house, they've got a ton of debt, and they really don't understand what happened, what are the documents they just signed? What does everything mean? So yeah, that's our goal, is to give them a transparent process where they feel empowered with the mortgage that they're getting, and they understand the process and they know what they're up against in a sense. And also to teach the real estate agents that, look, consumers are going to come to you and ask questions, and you know some things, but this isn't your playing field per se.
Yeah.
So we want to help give you some tools so that you're educated to be able to answer questions and then point in the right direction. So
I think that's awesome. And where's most of your business coming from right now? Is it coming from realtors? Is it purchase? Is it refinance? Because you didn't have like a huge book of business to refinance, right, over the last year, because you left your book of business when you left your previous job. So like I said, you generated a ton of business this year. Like what was your secret to that?
Being a BNI. So that's a huge part. I mean, I probably get 35% of my business from my BNI members.
So for people who don't know what a BNI is, it's a networking meeting, right? Once a week, you meet together and you share referrals.
Right. Yep.
It's nationwide. It's everywhere. And if they don't have a group, you can start your own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's basically your own team of people that are out referring business to you. So they're all business owners in different fields. And then as they talk to people that think would be a good referral, they do that for you. So that's a huge bonus to have that in my pocket. And then, a lot of it was real estate agents. We've made a lot of good connections with different realtors, starting Kismet and getting things out there and stuff. So a lot of it came from that. And then a lot did come from previous clients as well. So I am fully referral based. So yeah, between those three,
Those
I
three
don't
things.
do as much on social as I should, but I did get a few things, that reach out from there. So I'd love to hear that you think my social's great because it's
I love your Instagram. I'm like, Brittany's working. She's having fun. Like, she's living the life.
trying.
That's awesome. Okay, so a couple things that I just want to kind of summarize a couple things that I just loved from this. The first thing that you said that I totally love is if I'm scared of it, I need to do it.
Yep.
And that I totally agree with and I totally love. I don't agree with that though when it comes to like skydiving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
There's some reason. Like what's the end result and is that going to be good for me? That's how you want to finish that off.
Exactly. Yes, for sure. And then I also love don't wait for later. Don't wait for later because you just never know, right? You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. How many stories do we hear of they saved and saved and saved for retirement and then X, they got sick, and I don't want that story. And I just think there's so many things to do and we should create those memories with our family, create that with our spouse and our friends and ourselves. I mean, treat yourself and do some things that you enjoy. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
The money and the all of the other things that we do, that's all going to go away. But the memories and all of the new things we get to try and the adventures, that's what matters. So
that's really awesome. Well, I think that's a really good place to end. Just giving people, the push to go out, to try new things, to not be scared of things, and to just live your life. Live your life now and live the life that you want to live now, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time today, Brittany. I can't wait to see you on May the 4th.
Yes, I'm super excited. And thank you and Leslie for doing that because that's incredible.
Yes.
Thank you.
You should see what we have. We have the coolest swag. We have so many cool things. It's going to be
awesome.
So fun.
I'm excited.
Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Okay, bye-bye.